everybody. How we doing?
Good.
So I'm Ryan, for those of you that don't know, and it's good to be back up here at Rome's Comic Club. I'd like to start tonight, the October edition of the club, to discuss something that I find extremely annoying. And that is when Americans back home, or even worse, tourists here in Italy, okay, when they talk about how beautiful the Italian language is, you know, they'll say stuff like, oh, it's just so wonderful how the ahs and the ahs, the way it rolls off the tongue, it's just wonderful. Okay, there was this horrible movie that came out just a few years ago. I guess I understand it's a very good book, but it was a terrible movie, Eat, Pray, Love, with Julia Roberts. And there's a part of the movie where she's in Rome, okay, and she's going, attraversiamo. Okay, come on. That means to cross the goddamn street, for one. Okay. Secondly, do you think that Italians actually speak this way? That when they cross the streets in Rome, they go, attraversiamo, attraversiamo. No, an Italian crossing the street in Rome sounds like this. Ah, shake-ato, frena. It's aggressive, okay? I mean, this is how the Italian language is, okay? It's 80% discussion of either food or soccer, and the other 20% or so is like yelling and insults. This is what it is, okay? Italian isn't a beautiful language. No language is beautiful when you understand what people are actually saying. But you know, I think this is the root of some of the animosity that a lot of expats have towards tourists, because they come here and they enjoy the food and the scenery and the history, you know. They say stupid shit, but they don't have to deal with any of the struggle of the day-to-day life here in Italy. They don't have to struggle with the language. Because let me tell you something, tourists, it's not easy. It's not easy. Even a lot of Italians don't fully understand the Italian language. If you don't believe me, go to a group of Italians, ask them to explain to you the passato remoto. Most of them would be like, and the rest will say something like, sure, the passato remoto, you got fui, fosti, fu. Wait, fu? What is this, Chinese now? I mean, how am I going to learn this shit? It's tough, it's not easy. You know, I spent the better part of my first year here, not so much learning Italian, but perfecting the art of pretending like I understood what people were saying. You know, like I really got the stare down. Someone was talking to me, I just gave them the stare, kind of the head nod, right? I learned all the interjections, you know, you say things like, si, infatti, no, c'hai ragione. You don't understand a word of what's happening. You know, and what is nice about Italian is you can repeat yes and no back and forth over and over, and that can be your whole contribution to the conversation. Sì, ma no, sì, ma no, sì, no. The other thing about language, though, is when you do finally pick it up and you start talking a bit, you know, you make these ridiculous, horrible mistakes. You make a total ass of yourself, you know. Some of the ridiculous things I've said, you know, I said that my daughter was going to be spending the afternoon with her dwarves. Okay? I said that I visited Spain last asshole. I said that my car needs a new set of cunts. Okay? This is learning a language, though. It's humiliating, and you just work with it, okay? Now, I've seen this from both sides, too. I have taught English. Like most expats, I arrived in Italy, had no clue what I was going to do with myself, you know, but I thought, okay, yeah, teaching English, that seems like a lucrative venture. Let me give that one a shot. So I did a little bit of research. I saw that in order to do that, you have to find some enterprising British people who, after a 3-week course, will give you this certificate saying that you can teach the English language. And it's for a very reasonable cost of €2,000, which, if everything goes well and you're successful in teaching, you can totally make back in like 6 years. But this is what I did. I signed up for this course. You know, and it was a very British thing. It was very curious, very British, you know. The centerpiece of this thing is a visit from the assessor from Cambridge. Yes, the assessor. This is the whole legitimacy of the course rests on this one thing. They make it seem like your whole future and everything involved with it rests on what the assessor has to say in his assessment. You know? So for all this being the case, you figure this guy's going to be a serious, like, badass academic type. You know, he's going to have the houndstooth jacket, the elbow patches, a pipe, Oxford shoes. You know, I mean, for 2,000 euro, I want to see some wide belt corduroy in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Is that what we got?
No.
No. Instead, the day the assessor arrived, big day. You know, he walked in the room, I got a good look at him, okay? The man was 4'7", this high, little white goatee, okay, wearing a tracksuit. The assessor was a hobbit in fucking sweatpants. And things only got uglier from there. You know, you finish this course, and you go out into the world, and of course there's not a halfway decent teaching job to be had anywhere, so you have to whore yourself out all over the city to find some students, you know, or you can get lucky. You can get lucky and you'll find some rich people who will dump their kids off on any mother tongue English speaker, you know, and this is their way of investing in their child's future, okay? This is what happened to me. My very first paying gig here in the wonderful country of Italy was teaching after-school English to 2 6-year-old girls. And this completed my full devolution from successful American professional to full-fledged immigrant to Italy/babysitter. But in all seriousness, these kids, they were great kids, and they spoke English insanely well. The only thing was, the parents neglected to tell me that these kids went to a British school, so they spoke British English, which is not a problem for me, not a problem at all, except when halfway through the first lesson, one of these little girls turns to me and she says, "Mr. Costello, do you have a rubber?" Oh, who taught you that? They're going to think I taught you that. Oh my God. There's going to be an investigation. I can see it now. Mr. Costello, we'd like to understand how you deemed it appropriate to distribute prophylactics to 6-year-old girls. I mean, come on, you know, I'm no Jerry Sandusky. And then it occurred to me, you know, you can avoid this whole problem. Just tell this girl the truth. So she said to me, "Mr. Costello, do you have a rubber?" I said, "Look, kid, don't like them, never used them. Get back to your work." Thank you all very much.